What is up, beautiful people of the internet? I go by the name of Wesley, and today we are reacting to another TiersU video, which I thoroughly enjoyed. We reacted to a TiersU video for the first time yesterday. It was the cheetah build video, which was a bit disappointing because, again, big fan of cheetahs, big fan of big cats in general. Sad it was so bottom tier, but today we're reacting to Are Humans OP? I guess let's find out. I feel like the answer is probably a pretty resounding yes. We've dominated the meta globally and in just about every server. I don't think we really have anything but a monopoly on gameplay practically and successful gameplay at this point, except in maybe the Antarctica server. Maybe in the, lunar expansion pack we have some challenges left if we ever get around to exploring the dark side of the moon. Maybe in the, Mars expansion that's been rumored by the developer Elon. Maybe we'll have some competition there, but I'm not TiersU. I am not that good of an analyst, so let's hear what TiersU has to say. Subscribe down below for more reactions. Let's hit it!
Human beings. Are they as overpowered as the game's community would lead you to believe? Short answer, yeah. They're the most meta-defining build of all time.
Come on! You can't just give away the answer like that, bro. I was getting ready. I thought you were going to give a little bit of a different argument here.
And the undisputed top build in the current expansion. But believe it or not, this wasn't always the case. Humans used to get bodied left and right on a daily basis by other players.
What is that
It took
from?
a pretty long time before the player base learned how to actually make use of the human build's unique abilities. The story of...
Okay, so when I was 10, I got hacked like that in RuneScape. And I quit. That's how I got hacked like that in RuneScape. I got really confused why I couldn't log into my account anymore. Then I quit. And it was even more disappointing because I was like level 2. I had accidentally taken a quest that I couldn't figure out how to complete. And then I couldn't figure out how to take any more quests. I've told you guys I was stupid before. If you didn't believe it before, I hope you will now. But that's how I quit RuneScape.
of the humans' rise to dominance is a really interesting one. And so today, we're going to do an in-depth look at the humans' abilities, their strengths, and their weaknesses. Because yes, they do have weaknesses. We'll also go over notable
what I
matchups,
just said.
and finally look at the steps human players took in order to reach their
You
dominance
just got a
status.
colonic from a rhino horn. Do you guys see that? Whenever I see those things where people are running and they get bucked by a horned creature, it always goes right up their booty. Every single time. It's like the damn rhino or the damn bulls have some type of homing beacon for orifices because they just right up the butt.
First, their unique abilities. I touched on this topic in my video about primates, but I'll recap here and also go into more detail. First off the bat, we have their ability to throw things.
Not
Other
me,
builds
I
can
suck.
throw things,
Ooh.
but humans can do so harder, faster, and further than anyone else. The reason for this is their body structure. Bipedal builds are tough to balance, both in the game development sense and the center of mass sense. Throwing an item with any real force behind it requires serious balance, achieved only by having shorter arms and longer legs.
Damn, though, imagine any Major League Baseball pitcher on the battlefield in the Bronze Age before they had arrows and whatnot, and it was just a bunch of homies with clubs and rocks, and you rock up, you're like, ha ha ha, that's cute. We've got, I don't know baseball, damn. My mom's going to kill me. She's a huge Dodgers fan, and I'm trying to think of that pitcher that they have, but who cares? We have this Major League pitcher. What's he going to do, baby? What's he going to do? He's going to throw a rock at your head the size of your fist from across the battle, 100 miles per hour. Want to know what the inside of their brain looks like? Let my homie show you. It'd be unbeatable.
This is why humans can launch projectiles at deadly speeds, whereas other primates kind of just lob things without putting much effort into it. If they tried
That's
to,
how my
they would
wife
knock
throws, if I'm
themselves
going to be
over.
honest.
Even if chimpanzees could figure out how to craft a spear, there's no way they could throw it hard enough to deal any significant damage. Next, their stamina regeneration. Humans can chase down anything. You try
Not
to run
me.
from a human, you might outspeed them initially, but you'll run out of stamina much sooner than they will, and they'll catch up to you while you're in your weakened state. This is partially because of their superior balance again, but mostly it's because of the human build's unique choice to not spec into fur.
You guys need to chill because you keep on acting like I have the cardio from these people who are running in these clips and being like, oh yeah, all humans, so that we can all go. Yeah. Endurance? It's like, bitch, no. I can't do that. I've got about 1 minute, 30 seconds of me jogging at a moderate pace. I'm not jogging down a gazelle. Like, the guys in the clips can damn well do it. I'm not doing it. And it makes me wonder, I'm like, dude, are there, like, lions that are, like, the bad, lazy lions who kind of just sit around and they may make jokes, and the other lions might think they're kind of funny, but they're kind of, like, shitty at actually catching prey, and so they're like, don't know what to do. Yeah, lions are super strong and good at killing things, but not me, because I damn well know most of the humans I know are not going to be these, like, super uber endurance long lasting hunters that can just track you down until the prey gives up and dies. Like, no, me and Bethany are gonna need a water break and our feet are gonna hurt, and then we're gonna just stop. We're not going anywhere. We've got maybe like 30 minutes of chasing in us at most, and we can't track, so how would we do that in the first place?
This gives them access to the extremely broken ability Sweat.
Yeah,
Every
I can
other
sweat,
current
though.
build that's decent at distance running recharges stamina by using the move Pant. This works great, but it does require the user to stop running.
10 out of
on the
10
other
on
hand,
sweat,
works better
baby.
while moving.
0 out
massively
of 10
extending the
endurance.
distance a human player can run. They've got a few other important abilities that are essential to their kit, but aren't unique to humans. Their ability to speak is unique among mammals, but
can do
some
that.
birds can pull it off too. In humans, the ability to speak allows them to use one of their signature moves, Teach, which drastically boosts skill point gain, mitigating the main penalty a player receives upon getting a game over. Humans and birds also share another unique
dark.
trait, which is being able to stand upright. Standing upright is extremely useful for dealing with stealth builds that might normally be using tall grass to hide.
Ooh.
Tool use also might be
Ooh.
thought of as a human-exclusive move, and it certainly is the most effective in humans. But it turns out a pretty wide array of other builds can also do it. Birds, primates, cephalopods, and even fish can use tools on occasion.
I keep tooting and I keep saying this. Octopuses are the real threat. Everyone's like, chimpanzees. Joe Rogan's got everyone worried about chimpanzees. Chimpanzees can use tools. Chimpanzees are entering the Stone Age. Chimpanzees rip your face off, blah, blah, blah. Octopuses are real aliens and they're here. They have chameleon-like abilities to change colors. They can squish themselves into places. They're massively intelligent. They can breathe underwater. They have 8 limbs. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Octopuses are scary.
But sweating and throwing, uniquely human. Now onto their weaknesses. And yes, it's true that currently most human players can subvert these with their crafting skill. But it's important to recognize that without equipment, the human build isn't necessarily unstoppable. The decision to not have fur granted humans a massive buff to mobility at the cost of stealth. In the mammal faction,
do kinda
fur is a
stand out,
prerequisite to all the major stealth abilities like camouflage. And lack of stealth abilities means getting in close on their targets is a serious challenge. The human build's lack of fur also means they have very low defense, both from physical attacks and from environmental effects. Bare skin offers almost 0 armor, to the point where even players from lower weight classes...
Is that a legendary item? I've never encountered that on any of my quests. And if so, can someone tell me what dungeon unlocks whatever this armor is?
classes have no trouble dealing damage to humans. And bare skin also takes quite a bit of damage from the sun, too.
That's my life.
Humans are also pretty limited when it comes to the
Pasty
power
boy.
stat. Physically, they're the weakest of the great apes, and don't really have any...
You wouldn't know it, though. Look at how they have this man strutting. This man's strutting in there like he's the strongest of the great apes. Like... Sorry, you can't see me. There we go.
apes, and don't really have any good options for dealing damage.
Ooh.
They lack the classic high damage bite attack that nearly every other non-herbivorous
That's true.
build relies on, instead having to resort to blunt attacks like punch and
What
kick,
the heck
which
is
we
this
all know
clip
aren't
from?
very effective against builds that have thick fur or skin. The last major weakness I can see is that they're pretty bad at dealing with stealth. The lack of night vision means darkness can really hamper their ability to locate targets, and their lack of a
That's
strong sense of smell means
disconcerting.
camouflage is especially useful against them. Okay, now let's talk about matchups. Obviously, a key feature of the human build is being able to craft equipment.
The
Given
only
basic
good
equipment
feature,
like low-level
honestly.
armor and hunting gear, the human's best matchup is going to be medium-large mammals. Unlike blunt damage, piercing damage is quite effective versus builds with thick hide, but on defense they're actually pretty awful. A human's only option on defense against a large mammal is intimidation, unless they've got some crazy high-level equipment, but I'll make a video on power creep later. The
Power
classic
creep?
human equipment cannot stop a charging tank main unless the intimidate attempt works. But overall, this matchup is one of the reasons humans became top tier. Hardly any builds have favorable matchups against tanks. But that's not to say humans don't have their counters though. As I said before, stealth can be really...
Can we talk about this? There's just something primal in my whole ass being that gets absolutely terrified from this clip. I feel like there's something deep down in the dark recesses of my genetic code that just screams in agony at the like small part of my brain that can't figure out that this isn't really here. Like this is a monitor. There's no wolf. It's about to eat my nutsack right here. There's something about this. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Like if you're a boy and your nutsack just goes yoink. If you're a girl and your ovaries just go yoink. Like this is scary.
Against them due to their lack of a keen sense of smell and night vision. Humans have the ability to win pretty much any fight as long as they've got time to prepare. But
this is
taken
scary.
by
I know this
surprise,
clip.
humans have a lot fewer options.
Yeah.
Another thing humans have trouble dealing with is flight. Even when a human has a ranged weapon, players with high aerial mobility are pretty safe during flight. Now, as far as I
but
know,
you're not in
there aren't any
danger.
bird builds powerful enough to one-shot humans, which is important because blunt attacks like punches are actually quite effective against birds. Birds have hollow bones that are resistant to tension and torsion, but not compression. This is the opposite of mammal bones, which are resistant to compression and tension, but not torsion. The point is, birds aren't the best choice against humans, but flight has been unlocked by 4 different classes in the game. Birds, which we just discussed, aren't a good choice. Bats, which do even less damage than birds.
This video was made before the bats unlocked the latest special, which was, you know, the Ronavirus. So bats are a great matchup with humans, you idiot. They just use their poison ability.
Reptiles,
plague
which
ability.
unfortunately had their aerial builds banned in patch 1.3.1. And insects.
Oh, those are
Flying
bad too.
eusocial insects have by far the best matchup versus humans in the entire game. Humans have 0 counterplay against a swarm of stinging insects. I mean, sure, there are special items that they can use to combat swarms if they're prepared, but the amount of human mains who've chosen that as one of their prestige abilities is pretty small. Humans' lack of fur means they have no innate defense against stings. Stings also have the chance to proc the Anaphylaxis debuff, which can actually lead to a game over. And it's for this reason that the high score
What was that from? That was like really high quality. Was that from a movie?
for human eliminations belongs to the Africanized honeybee.
Really?
Known better by its community-given name, the killer bee. And even if the stings don't proc the allergic reaction effect, they will still definitely achieve their primary goal of dropping their resolve to 0 and granting you control over the territory. And we can see that lately the viability of killer bees has only been growing now that they've expanded their territory outside of Africa.
New
Which
meta!
brings me to my main point. Are humans overpowered? Well, just like the Africanized honeybee, humans really only became OP once they escaped the African server and invaded other areas. Notice how humans took down megafauna across every terrestrial server except Africa. The African tank mains have the matchup experience and counterplay options to deal with the vast array of skills humans have access to. But
See,
the rest
right up the butt. Every time there's a horn, it's right up
of
the
community was
butt.
totally unprepared to deal with the rapid invasion of new human mains invading their competitive scene. In other words, the devs could have prevented the massive destabilization of the current meta if they'd region-locked humans. Staying competitive in the meta requires a good player constantly be leveling up their skills. There's no better example of this than the rapid rise to dominance that humans experienced. If you'd like to level up your own skills
That's
and unlock
crazy.
new ones, I highly recommend Technology and the course on the Special KL.
Dude, Tears
special-
U is so good. Tears U is a treasure, guys.
Thanks to my patrons on Patreon. If you'd like to
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a subscription. I was going to say a comment, but also that. Leave a comment down below. And if the next Tears U video you'd like us to watch, please comment it down below. Make sure you guys subscribe for more reactions. We are going to start doing these live streams very shortly, which I'm super excited about. It'll be a ton of fun to be able to actually watch with you guys. So watch out for those. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm Wesley, and well, I guess we should answer the question. Are humans OP? Yes, absolutely. Didn't even mention that humans classed into flight as well. Granted, you know, you have to be specialized and have unlocked the skill tree and unlock the specialization and then get the item. But humans unlocked flight as well. Just saying. That being said, guys, have a beautiful day. I will see you next time. Hasta mañana, hasta luego. Whenever I see you, take care of yourself and have a beautiful day. I'm Wesley, and I'm out.